Hi everyone, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and we're here with the last week of our gratitude journaling month. We challenged you with 4 prompts, and I've been making 2 little journals all month long. So this is a challenge or an event hosted by Amy and I. And Amy is over at Journals and More created by Crec A here on YouTube. And I hope you will go check out her channel and her videos and the projects she's been doing as well. So week 4, make today great. And I want y'all to know I'm making today fabulous, not just great. And I'm having a lot of fun with this. So we're going to work on that prompt, put the last signature in our journals, do the cover, and just kind of finish up. When I go live on Wednesday, I think it's December 3rd, whatever the Wednesday is, that first week in December, I will make sure to announce it. Amy and I will do a drawing for the winners of the two journals we're giving away. So make sure you tune in for that. And to be included in the drawing, you need to have posted a picture or something of yours that you've made during this month, gratitude related. There's a freebie that goes with my Sweet Affirmations Kit that gives you a cute little card with each of these prompts and some fussy cuts, but you can use anything you like. The full kit, of course, is available in my Etsy shop. All the details, everything's linked and described for you in the video description, but feel free to reach out if you have any questions. You can post up to 4 times for each weekly prompt, and it's fine if you're behind. You can post them all at once, that's fine, and you get 1 entry per post over in the YouTube community tab. Okay, enough about that. Let's get to the fun part. Let me show you what I did. This is the journal I've been making off camera and working on, and I went ahead and decided on what I wanted for the cover, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm so excited about these. I kind of made faux corner protectors, and I only put them on the front. I guess I could have put them on the back cover too, with some of the sunflowers. So we'll do that with the one we're making together, because I just think that was a fun little touch. And then we have each week's page or signature, right? So this was week 1, know your worth. And we've got a little flip down. If you missed any of the videos, you can go back and watch how we made the journal and everything. And just if you didn't do it during November, it's okay. If you want to make something similar with anything, the videos will still help you do that. So we just did it with this kind of affirmation and gratitude spin. Tomorrow needs you. And this is the one, I've got a little pocket, but I decided to sew in a special signature with just some reminders about some of the reasons tomorrow needs you. Needs your voice, needs your art. Tomorrow needs your light, even on days when it feels dim. And then a few little journaling prompts. This is that special paper from Italy. Here's a nice pocket. And then we had week 3, created with a purpose. Love this one, and this has this fun double kind of flip out journaling spots in a pocket. You were created on purpose for a purpose, and I believe that. Okay, and then Amy and I decided we wanted to wrap up the week with the idea of, let's be grateful and positive and just make today great. So I did a simple signature this week. I put a pocket here on the front with one of the little cards that's in the freebie. And then I did one of these angled pockets that gives you kind of a hidden or private journaling spot. And just put the little guy in there, a little journaling card. And then I wrote, as just a little bit of a prompt, things I can do to make today great. And I don't think these have to be the grand, huge gestures or things in life. It can be things like taking a few extra minutes with your tea, petting your dog. It can be making sure you make time for your devotionals if that's something you practice. It could be calling a friend. just any of those things, spending time with a loved one, anything that would make the day wonderful. So I decided to keep the journal kind of simple. This one is mine and I will use it and enjoy it. And then the one we've been making together on camera is here, and we've got to finish it up today. It's very similar, but like the collages are a little different. I put different pieces in, right? But this will be the giveaway for mine. Amy, I think, is making some kind of folio, and that'll be interesting as well. Stronger Than the Storm, created with a purpose. And it also has the fun little double flip out. There you go. But today is going to be simple, and we're going to do the cover, and I'm going to show you those corners, and we're going to be done. And if you've made one along with me, I hope you've had fun. I know I have. So if you are playing along and have any social medias and things, use that hashtag gratitude2025 so we can find your projects. All right, so what I did to just prep a little bit ahead of time was I went ahead and covered, I told you I was just using some card blanks. They were just white, and I went ahead and covered it with some book page and dictionary sheet. This is hymnal music, that type of thing, just to kind of get it ready and have it where you're not watching me just, collage papers. Not that there's anything wrong with watching me collage papers. That can be fun too. So let's do, I'm looking at my prototype. We're going to decorate that and put a pocket of some sort on the front. Like I said, it doesn't have to exactly be the same. But let's make that angled pocket with the hidden journaling. So for the size that I have, I made my square 3.5 inches by 3.5, and it's just a piece of scrapbook paper that I have. And I'm going to just fold it on that angle. And again, these can start looking, I think, really wonderful when, if you wanted to layer another piece, again, just kind of do all kinds of fun things. But unless you're really paying attention, you might not notice that it opens up. So that's where I kind of said, it could be like a hidden journaling spot. See which way I want to use it. I think I'm going to use it this way so we have that yellow strip showing. All right, so again, so easy, and I've shown you guys these before, but if you're new, it might be a new idea to you. We want to leave our pocket open on that long side, and we're just going to add glue on the back to these two sides, so it's still going to be able to flip open. Just let the glue grab. Okay. And I'm going to use some Velcro dots. These are the skinny, thin ones that I get. I get them on Amazon because they don't add a lot of bulk. And they're 3/8 of an inch. That's what the package looks like. I've tried the non-Velcro brands, and they're always quite a bit chunkier, even when they say they're super skinny. So do with that what you will. But I like the skinny ones, so I just went back to the Velcro brand, or I pretty much have been there for a long time. All right, now I have a few pieces cut out. He's a little bit big. We could put him on there and kind of, you know what, we can't. Whatever we put on there needs to fit on the pocket, or it will interfere with it flipping up, okay? So let's see, will the bunny fit? Bunny's a little touch big too. Let's go here. I've got some really small ones, so we'll pick one. I love that bunny. Let's do the little baby lion though. It makes me think of Simba the Lion King. And Simba had some soul searching to do, didn't he? If you ever watched The Lion King, my kids loved it when they were young. I mean, I think they still do. And when I took them to New York for the first time for spring break one year, they were both young, teenagers, but we went to see The Lion King on Broadway, and they still talk about it. It was really fun. All right, he's a little tiny. Wondering if I can find something to kind of add to this to kind of make it pop a little bit, you know. He looks a little bit tiny. Maybe if we put a little bit of someone might cheer to be, kind of will put something kind of positive, some positive words that are right here, meant to be, right? There we go. I'm just going to put it on there so we can read those words. Okay. Touch of ink, not a lot. Okay. The other bunny was on the other fussy cut page of the kit, and I just don't think I have any of those sizes left printed out at this point. But I'm sure I will use this kit again. The affirmations are something that I really believe I'll use and use quite a bit. Okay, because this is not very neutral to write on, I'm going to tear a piece of this to just make a journaling spot for us. That should work. So let's get the fun edges with our tear ruler. Ooh, I've got this side and it's printed on both sides. We'll decide after I get it torn. The lighter side might be nice, but the colors on this side just really seem to work for me. So we will have to decide here in just a moment. All right, let's use, I think this will be a decent width. The thing is not to get it too skinny and then your paper doesn't fit anymore the way that you want it. Okay, this side or this side. I'm going to go with the original that caught my eye when I pulled the piece a few weeks ago out of my scrap bin to use in this project, right? Okay. So again, this is just an easy peasy signature, but we have some good journaling space. It's not going to be overwhelming for anybody when you think about making today great, the things that we can do for others or for ourselves that speak to us, right? And then I will do what I did on the other one, which is I just used a piece of the book page that was part of the edge. Okay. Just didn't want the number. And let's see if we go, I may not need the full length, but I'm going to tear it and then write the words. And then if it fits, great. If we can make it a little smaller, we will. All right. So things I can do to make today. I needed it, didn't I? Great. There we go. I guess I could have written a tiny bit smaller, but that's okay. All right, we're going to glue this down. It's a little fragile, so I'm not going to worry about inking it. I think it looks fine. All right, using up my scraps makes me happy. All right, I want to make some kind of little journaling card. I've got this scrap. It's a little bit lighter, but it's got the lines on it. So that might be fun. And then I can put one of the affirmations with it, maybe. Like I said, I'm all about right now using up my scraps. I could not print or purchase anything for, gosh, Pam, a long time and have enough scraps to craft and not run out. So, you know, but you sometimes just, I don't know, I love making new papers and I love working with other designers. paper kits, so it's a struggle. But it's okay. I guess there are worse things, right? Worse things I could do. One way to make today great, though, for me is I am using some of my scraps. Okay. We could do Be Real, Not Perfect. We could do You Are Enough. Why don't we do You Are Enough? I can't remember which ones I've used on other pages, but you know, it doesn't really matter. You can't hear some of these things too many times. All right. You Are Enough. Yeah. Could have made it a little bit shorter, but I'm going to leave it like that. And you know what? I think I'm going to put little raccoon there so Simba has a friend. Okay. Now on the front, what I did on the front of the signature of this one is I just used a piece of scrapbooking paper that I have, and I think I have a piece of this that I had left. I may not. No, I had it for the pocket, the angled pocket. I do have one of these cards. So I do have this strip I just saw. Thinking I might be able to just do the pocket a little bit different. Ooh, I know what I can do. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking to myself. 5 1/4. I am going to cut 2 strips that measure 5 1/4. And this is from a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. Actually, that I got on my trip to Tennessee. This is one of those packs. There's a whole bunch of the same ones in there. So fun. Okay. This is what we're going to do. And they're not going to match up because they're not supposed to. But that's okay. I think what will make it a little bit easier for things to slide in, maybe without getting hooked, hooked on the other layer. Let me see if I can get, this is some old washi tape that I've had around for a long time. I don't even know what brand it is. And it's fine, but it talks about, coffee first. And I don't know. I mean, I love coffee and tea, but I don't really do that type of crafting where I need washi tape that says that. It was in a kit, but of course I can use washi for lots of things. And some of my less favorite ones, I definitely use, see, it says the best morning coffee. Coffee is always a good idea, and I do agree with that. Because this is a little, got a couple of layers and stuff on it, I am going to just tear it off. Okay, so I'm going to tape these together, hopefully pretty well on the back side. And hopefully, where's my bone folder? And I'm going to use the cute little Make Today Great card. Get this out of the way. Okay, I'm going to put this here. All right, we're going to do it like this. And then we'll trim him up. And then whatever we put in the pocket will be fine. And this will make sense in about 30 seconds, hopefully. All right. Touch of ink. Little raccoon friend. Okay. I'm going to install this like a pocket. I want it open on this side. So glue on 3 sides. It just won't be as chunky as the other pocket was, and that's okay. And I could have used different paper. But again, look at me making use of my scraps. All right, I'm only going to glue this card down like this. Now, hopefully, I didn't close up my pocket accidentally. I did not. Okay. That's kind of fun. And utilized some scraps, so it is a win for all. Let's see. This says tomorrow needs you. And the brave, strong, loving circle. Just a few little treasures in there. Now, yeah, I mean, simple, 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 right? Love it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, let me put this out of the way, is let's go ahead real quick, because it won't take me but a moment, and sew this in, and then we will do the cover. And then we will be done. I kept this one a little more simple because I wanted to take time this week on the cover as well. You can, for your week 4, you know, if you want to do something different, go for it. And I'm marking where I'm going to poke my holes for my 3-hole pamphlet stitch this way, because I lost my template. That happened after week 1, if anybody remembers. Let's see if I got that right. I didn't mark it very heavy, so it was a little hard for me to see. But I lost my template, so that's a way you can do it, since I'd already poked the holes, to make sure everything matches. String 3 times the length. I've gotten to watch me do this every week, but if you are just joining us and you're new, this is a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Somebody asked me the other day, was there a technique or something that like would be hard for me to junk journal without? And you know, I thought of the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I mean, there's other hole pamphlet stitches, right? 5-hole, 7-hole, but this is kind of my go-to. We start on the center hole inside. We're going to pull it through, leave a tail, and come up through the top. Anyway, I decided that one would be hard if I was making, there's other ways to make journals and no-sew journals and all of that, but I do use this a lot. So for me, I think this would be top of the list as one of those techniques that would be hard for me to do this craft without. Okay, now we are going to skip the center hole, come through the bottom hole and out the bottom. And then we will come back through that center hole that we've already been through. You know what? I cut this shoot with a different color thread. I wasn't even paying attention. We're going to cut, I'll save that. I'll be able to use that for a different journal. I have several different wax threads, but this is the one we've been using. And if I'd stayed with the dark one, 2, 3, it wouldn't have matched, and that would have bothered me. And this is the one I'm planning to give away. And I know I could have fixed it off camera, but we're just going to fix it. Okay, again, through the center hole, inside out. This is, I guess, a good time to ask you guys, please make sure you give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, tell me what you think, and all that stuff. It really helps, and I appreciate you guys being here with me. I know that, or I hope that you have fun, but I know there's lots of people, you know, you could be watching, and so I appreciate you're part of my little community here. Makes me happy, and I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so now we're back to where I realized I'd messed up. Outside center hole, back up through to the inside. And then you always make sure you have one string to the left and one string to the right of the center one. And I don't, so I fixed that. See how everything matches now? Same color. And there we go. And I'm going to tie it twice and then switch hands and tie it a 3rd time. I haven't really done anything with these, but I'm going to leave them a little long. Can always decorate them later. Make today great. There's our little hidden journaling spot. I love it. And again, there's plenty of room for additional collaging and writing. Okay, now in the journal kit, there are lots of sunflower fussy cuts. Sunflowers are one of Amy's favorite things. So when I designed this kit, I was really thinking about her. And there were two different ones that were already like half sunflowers like this. There was this one and then this one. They're very similar. So I'm going to use those. Now on the freebie, you do get one larger sunflower, and you could probably make this work by cutting it out and then cutting it in half. So if you want to try that, you know, you could try that. I'm going to use these. I've got them ready. And this is what I did. This is the front of my journal. I have it turned the wrong way. I was like, that isn't going to work. What did I do? Okay. I am trying to center the point of the journal cover along this line, center it. And then I just, again, there's nothing fancy about what I did, but I just used the journal itself to help me fold my sunflower. And then we're going to just glue it down. And I think it worked really well. I'm doing light inking. Just a light ink. And we'll glue it down and then we'll do the other one. Okay. So I used my same glue that I normally use, and it gives me a little touch of wiggle room, you know, if I've got to adjust it. And you do want to make sure, you know, you get glue on each of these little petals to hold it down. Okay. And after, I don't know why I keep wanting to put it the wrong way. After I did this, I was thinking, you know, I could make this with other like circles and things, half circles. I think that it has this fun petal edge is a good thing, but I don't know, maybe y'all have done this before. I had not, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. I just think that looks so cute. And if it was a little bit bigger, you know, it would come down further. But again, I really like how it turned out. Okay, same thing. We're going to do our best to just kind of center it and then fold it. I think that looks pretty good. Light ink right there. And that, my friends, was like just one of those things that I was like, oh wow, I love this. And if others have done this, I haven't seen it, so, but I am sure, because there are so many fabulous, talented people in the world, someone has probably done this. I've definitely used corner things that you buy, like the metal ones and things. Okay. I love it. All right. Okay. So I did that. And then I just picked one of the cards. This one is Know Your Worth, just for the front here, created with a purpose. I like all of them, and so it's kind of hard to decide. I wanted this one to be different, so I think I'm going to just go ahead and use Know Your Worth for this one. If whoever receives this, wins it, wants a different one, they could just glue one on top. That's my plan. That's my story. And that's always the case, I think, when you're making something for someone else. You know, what you would like or they might like, who knows. Now, I also did, I don't know if I have any cut out. I didn't think about that. A sweet little butterfly. This is a sunflower. Just in case you were wondering, it's a sunflower. And I do want one that's a touch smaller. Maybe this one is kind of whimsical. So I will quickly do my best to cut this out, and we'll do maybe a little ribbon bow like I did on the other one. And I'm going to call my cover done. Like I said, I kept it simple. I didn't even put like a bunch of pockets on the inside covers or anything. I just kind of like the idea. I think sometimes there's so much, like when I sit down with a new journal or to do a specific type of journaling, I almost, even though I love this and I love the practice, I almost feel a little overwhelmed if there's too much. So I thought this one being a little bit smaller, we'll just keep it a little simple. I also will say though, but I love all the interactive elements, and I do love having lots of space to write or to do more like collaging or art journaling. So I guess I like both. Sometimes I want something a little more simple, and then sometimes I want more. I will say, I don't know that I would want to start journaling in a journal that is like heavily decorated already. I do think I would prefer one that has a few things in it and then gives me space. But again, that's just me. All right, that's pretty. And I decided not to do inking again. I kind of kept the scrapbook paper that I used for these clean and didn't do a lot. Now I have this rust color seam binding ribbon. And I just think it looks so pretty with these papers. So I'm going to use the same color. I hope I cut that long enough. And we're just going to glue it down so it won't go anywhere. I thought about doing a loose ribbon closure with the seam binding, but it was covering up the face of Simba, the fox, and I just did not like that. So I decided, again, it's not like this one has like really definitely needs a closure. All right, know your worth. Let's do it like that. Whoa, that was a big dollop of hot glue. I will be careful as I push it in, not to burn my finger. Okay. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I can't wait to see who wins the journal, and I hope he or she loves it. Most of you are she's, but everybody, there are some wonderful men who love to journal too. So, or might want one to give as a gift, right? Okay. I hope you love them. I hope you will think about doing some gratitude and affirmation work yourself if you think that's something that you would enjoy. Make today great, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon.